it's Ariel, and today we're gonna take a semi-epic trip because this is our first time to do a road trip eastwards towards Saskatchewan, and Saskatchewan doesn't have any Tesla Superchargers. Our trip is it's 750 kilometers, no Superchargers. We have one overnight stop at Medicine Hat, Alberta. So yeah, we're gonna drive slow, we're gonna take it slow. So join us on this epic journey to Regina, Saskatchewan. We are approaching Brooks, Alberta. Now something interesting popped up on the screen. It says, plan your next charge. So it says, plan your next charge. Let's turn off the lights here. You're almost too far from known charging locations. Okay, so we got another alert. All known charging locations will be out of range soon. Wow, this is such an adventure. We are cruising at 10 under the speed limit. We want to make sure we have more than enough charge to reach Medicine Hat, and still because it has in the Ramada Hotel has a NEMA 1450 plug, just like what we have at home. So it's kind of like a home charger setup, and we want to make sure that we arrive there with as much charge as possible. So yeah, we don't want to drive too slow as to arrive too late, but we don't want to drive too fast as to deplete the battery and have to charge longer there. So all known charging locations will be out of range soon. That's fine. So we're 131 kilometers away from Medicine Hat, the Ramada Hotel, and we have 168 kilometers of rated range on the battery. So far the highway is all clear, nothing really going on, and it was just a smooth drive. Catch you in a bit. When you're hypermiling, look, you can get overtaken by trucks. Here in Medicine Hat, Alberta. So this is approximately a 3-hour drive from Calgary. So I brought our charging cable, and it's a NEMA 1450. No, you're supposed to use two hands, but I'll close it later. Okay. So now, this is the 1450 plug at the hotel. Not sure if you can turn the flash on. You can still see me? There's an outlet here for a 1450 plug. Just plug her in. And when the green light is on, it means it's working. So now I just have to plug her in, and voila, there you go, we're charging. 32 amps, just as we have at home. So that's a good sign. So we leave the car to charge here overnight, and we're just gonna get a recharge ourselves and have breakfast at the Ramada Hotel. Cool. Okay, good night and see you tomorrow. Good morning from Medicine Hat, Alberta. We arrived here at the hotel around 12:30. We were able to check in and plug in at around 12:30 a.m. And just wanted to check up on the current state of charge on the car. Okay, we arrived at the hotel with 40 some kilometers of rated range, and now we're 298, so overnight while we were sleeping, that's around 7.5 hours, we added 254 kilometers of charge, and we're charging at 34 kilometers per hour. This was slower than I anticipated. So yeah, I guess wifey's bored now. She wants to be in Regina right away. But anyway, this is my formal request to the CEO of Tesla, Elon Musk. Elon, please put superchargers here in Medicine Hat and in Swift Current. Us prairie people who buy the Teslas, we really need them because we go back and forth Regina a lot. And if it's not too much of a hassle, have one that can make us drive from Calgary and Edmonton to Saskatoon as well. That would be awesome. Yeah. And if you can have the superchargers in Regina and in Saskatoon themselves, that would be even better. Yeah. So it's tough to drive on these road trips without the superchargers. And wifey is saying, look at her face now. She says we should have taken a gas car, should have taken the Prius. So yeah, she's bored, but
make it
to
12 noon.
Yeah, so she's really upset. But Elon, superchargers, please. Breakfast at the Ramada Hotel. So they have hash browns, sausage, eggs, and we're waiting for our, it says pancakes in a minute flat. Admit it, you wish you had this at home. Cool. Alright, so good morning from Medicine Hat, Alberta. Sorry about my hair, it's a bit windy, and hopefully that doesn't affect our driving too much and cause us to stop a little more. But just want to share what we have going right now. We have 347 kilometers of rated range, and yes, that's kind of like having a 60D. And we are off. So our next stop will be in Swift Current. We'll probably grab a quick bite there.
In 200 meters, turn left onto 6th Street Southwest. Then immediately turn left onto Trans-Canada Highway East.
We're gonna grab a quick bite there and grab a little bit of charging, and yeah, and continue on our trip
now
to Regina,
right
Saskatchewan.
Onto Red Deer Drive.
So now we have, this is very interesting. So we have found a motorhome to draft behind. So we're now following a motorhome, and earlier we were driving 100 kph, and I increased it to 105 kph, and this motorhome is doing actually right now 112 kph. Okay, so if you look at this graph, I'll show you something. This was our consumption when we were doing 100 kph. I tried kicking up the speed to 105 kph. It's right here. So it's just about the rated range, more or less. 100 was less than rated range, and then when we found the motorhome to draft behind, it went down lower, way below rated range. So we're actually now driving faster, and at the same time getting better consumption than if we were to just drive 100 kph. So yeah, okay, so this motorhome is now changing lanes. Okay, so let's just follow him. And he's overtaking a slower moving farm equipment. That's Alberta for you. And then let's go back. So it intentionally speeds up. Okay, there you go. And now back to autopilot. So yeah, look at our... So we have a projected 393 kilometer range, even though our current rated range is only 309 kilometers. So, actually, if this motorhome dude is driving all the way to Regina, I guess we can just follow him all the way to Regina without even stopping. Maybe. We'll see. Anyway, till the next clip. We are now approaching Swift Current. We're only 15 kilometers away, and we have been drafting behind this motorhome. So 14 kilometers now, we'll arrive there with around 40% worth of charge. We'll charge anyway, we need a pee break, and we're gonna grab a little bite to eat. So yeah, so almost there. So we're around 250 kilometers from Regina. Okay, we're now at Superior Tech, and they have a Tesla high-powered wall charger. Green light means it's on, and we should be able to grab a charge. Yes. Yes, that feels so good. All right. Since it's charging, I need to get 47. Not quite 48, 47 amperes. That's fine, you have the full 240 volts. Oh, 48 amps. That's good. Okay. So that's great. We're getting, there's 48 amps available. Actually, if you have the upgraded charger, you can get faster charging, but this is perfect. At least we have this. Okay, so we're gonna charge here for an hour and then be on our way to Regina. Downtown Swift Current. Looking for a place to eat. Now, after lunch, walk back here, and we're going to head on our way. So how much charge do we have? 247 kilometers. Okay, that should be good enough for us to reach Regina with a little bit to spare. Same hypermiling techniques. We are now back on the road, and as our luck has it, we get to follow and draft behind the semi. Okay. We have drafted behind this truck for the last hour and a half, and there is another truck that's coming up that's going faster than this one that we're currently drafting on. So I'm gonna change lanes once this other truck passes, and we're gonna follow this guy, so at least we get there faster. Cargill. We have increased our speed following this semi, and he seems to be a passing lane camper. Okay, we let that other truck go. Oh, we got a second road trip. No. So the home stretch and approaching Regina, Saskatchewan. So, we are 17 kilometers away from our destination. That's the Great Way Financial Office. And it says here we have 38 kilometers of rated range on the battery. And we have a projected range of 49 kilometers. So, that's good. There's some construction zones up ahead, so that will slow us a little bit down and help us save battery. And we left for Regina pretty much with barely enough or not enough rated range to make it here. So we're now at Chip King here in the parking lot of the Sobeys here in Albert Street in Regina. And PJ here is gonna take care of those rock chips we incurred along the way. So yeah. So right now I'll show you how it looks. You see from the outside there's one and here's the other one. Wow, cracks are so big.
I'm an electrician by trade, so Tesla's kind of my patron saint. It's really neat to work on his car.
Cool. And PJ is almost done. Gonna just see if it filled in well.
This layer I put on is UV activated, so I just gotta let the sun do its job, and once it's hardened I can inspect them and make sure they're 100%.
Okay. A squeegee from PJ here. And there's no... Well, you couldn't see it anymore. It's just one little dot. And you can't see it. It's good. So it will not spread in the future. Yeah, saves us a whole new windshield. So, hoping and praying we don't get more chips on the way home. So this is PJ Bresciani, 4250 Albert Street. So as you can see, we're now cruising along. We have 27 kilometers of rated range, 5.7 kilometers to the office, so no more range anxiety here. What I want to show is, see, you couldn't see the crack anymore, so it's nicely sealed. So the one on the bottom there, and also the one right here. So there's no more, like, the cracks are now sealed, so they will not spread and create a crack. So that is our trip to Regina. So you can make it, just take your time. And you know what I can say is this: maybe 3 to 5 years from now you will watch this video and say, oh, thank God Elon put superchargers now along the Trans-Canada in Saskatchewan. So imagine what we had to go through, the charging that you have to do for now, in order to drive a Tesla from Calgary to Regina or anywhere along the Trans-Canada that's not between Alberta and BC. In conclusion, you know, the trip isn't that bad because you're gonna rest anyway, you're gonna take pee breaks anyway. As long as you make sure you stop at the level 2 charging stations that deliver maximum amperage, not the 32 amp ones. So stick to the Peavey Marts and go to Superior Tech in Swift Current. So that would help immensely. So just, I would imagine, instead of taking one long charging break, you can break your charging into 2 or 3 different spots, because you only need a total of maybe 5-6 hours of charging just to get here. So maybe have two charging breaks, 3 hours each, or maybe 3 charging breaks, 2 hours each, or so. Yeah. You can draft behind trucks as well. However, you run the risk of rock chips, like what we did. But all in all, it wasn't too bad. So there. So I hope you liked this video. If you liked it, please click the thumbs up. And if you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel. Thank you for watching. Bye-bye.